Hello, Karen. It's so wonderful to see you as always. I wish that people could see your Sesame Street characters over your right shoulder. I love them so much, and they're always in the wings. So it's nice to have you and Kermit and Cookie Monster here today.
Oh God, Katie, thank you for welcoming them. Too few people really do. They are always there, lurking in the background. And as usual, it was wonderful to see your lovely face. And it's so funny. My cousin Diane, hi Diane, if you're listening,
Hi,
was
Diane.
saying that she was listening, and she was like, "So do you guys record on Zoom? Because you always talk about how good it is to see each other." And I was like, "Ah, yes, we are in two different places, listeners. So I am outside of Chicago." And Katie, you're in Bend, Oregon. And so, yes, we record on Zoom so we get to see each other.
Yeah, it's great. I mean, it almost feels like we're actually seeing each other like in person at
Yes.
this point, 4.5 years in. Like, I feel like I'm having coffee with you this morning because it is, listeners, it is early on a Monday morning and we're both cheersing our coffee. Cheers.
Oh, cheers. Oh,
Yes.
back on the caffeine train. Damn, we've been on and off so many times these 4.5 years.
So many times. It's hard to keep track for me, even. Like, I have, yeah, but I'm kind of loving it now. I'm just hugging it in my heart.
God. Right? Yeah, we say it every time. I definitely need to cut back. It's that slippery slope of how much is too much.
It's so true. It's so true. For me, it's always the time. And like, can I push it? It's like 10 a.m. is my cutoff, but then it's like, or 11:15, or if I get past 12 though, I'm kind of screwed. Like I like am actually like, oh yeah, no, I just won't sleep at all. But
Same.
anyway, okay, so I know we're doing a mini pod. Um, and let's do it because as always, Karen, thank you for your brilliant ideas. Take it away. Let's do it.
Oh man. Okay. So listeners, we're doing a mini pod because uh the furnace guy is coming. I'm having furnace issues. It's Chicago. What are we doing? So the theme for today is, and I think this is probably going to be part one of many, is
Mm-hmm.
that joy is resistance. That like I feel like um I bought a shirt that I wore on election day that just says Black Joy in small letters. And there was a woman at the my polling place who kept calling me Black Joy the entire time. Black Joy, have a seat. Black Joy, your time to vote. Black Joy, I'll take your ballot. I just love this woman so much, older Black woman,
Oh.
right? And so just to be called Black Joy all day was amazing. And I feel like this notion that like joy is something that you can always have and that you can make a decision to have, and that everybody I know is so fucking bummed out and freaked out and sad and angry. And that one of the things that people talked about that they appreciated about the Harris Waltz campaign was this idea of joy and look how much fun we're having. And oh my God, it's America's dad and Kamala, like, right. And I feel like, how do people recapture that sense of joy and unity and whatever gave you hope during that time before the election? How do you get that back?
Ooh. Oh my gosh, this is yes to yes to yes to yes, every single word that you just said. How do you recapture that joy? Like that's so huge. Um, yeah, I know I've talked about it in the last few pods, but like I'm surrounded by people, like you're saying, like that people are bombed out, people are having a hard time. And then now we're going into the holidays and it's like, woof, very few people in my life, this is too many negatives. Most people in my life have people who are on the other side of the aisle and,
Mm.
are trying to channel Tanya at all times. And like, it's successful or not. And like, I think I love this idea of joy as resistance. It reminds me of a conversation that I had at the end of last year with a friend who always chooses a word for the year. And she's like, I don't know if I've mentioned this before, but like she's like, I can't get this word out of my mind and I feel so guilty. And I was like, what? And she's like, my word is delight. And I was like,
Mm.
oh, I'm like, that's beautiful. And she's like, I don't think I can have delight when, insert like fill in the blank. And I was like, you know what? I'm like, this is resistance. I'm like, we need delight. We need joy more than anything. And so it's like find the things that bring you joy. And she was like, you know what? I think that's helpful. And like, I was with a bunch of friends and we all kind of piled on and we're like, yes, delight. Like, we're just trying to like build her up. But I think there is this feeling sometimes that like, okay, what about the people who are, again, fill in the blank? Or what about the situation that is not so great or worse than that? And so I think it's such a beautiful thing because it lifts all of us up. Like it does. It like lifts everyone up when you like get on a Zoom call or meet someone and their energy enters the room before they do, like that saying, and like they're joyful. It like you're like, "Oh, well, okay, that's what we're doing today." Like that sounds good. And like I'll never forget, I met this friend, Karen, who I'm very close with her now, but she is very familiar. She's a doctor. She's very familiar with the concept of trauma bonding, which for people who don't
Mm,
know what that is, it's basically like, okay, so you go through a very, very, very bad situation with someone, often, a good friend or sibling or anybody really, and then you're bonded for life. Well, she's like, you know what? I'm turning that on its head and I want to joy bond. And I was
yes.
like, this is so incredible. And so she and I share joyful things. I mean, of course, we share other things too, but like it's very intentional on how like we celebrate each other and we get super amped and like we're each other's hype people and we're joy bonding. And she reminds me that we're joy
Mm.
bonding friends all the time. And honestly, Karen, like that's very, very helpful. It doesn't mean that the stuff that isn't joyful doesn't still exist, but it's like we are trying to focus on the joy.
Yes. Well, and the word that comes up for me as you're describing that, I love it so much, joy bonding, is unapologetic, to be
Yes.
unapologetically joyful. Because I feel like you say delight, you say joy, you say hope, and immediately we start throwing all of these caveats at it, right? Oh, of course, there are people who are suffering and the long list of things. And what if you were just unapologetic about it? Joy, period. You were joyful, period.
Oh,
All of these other things exist. Of course they do. And you get to have this feeling, this emotion, this sense of yourself and how you want your world to be. And I think I really am feeling inspired by it, given like that it's like one of the only things we have. It's one of the only things that we can control. And I was just mentioning to you, this idea occurred to me, this harebrained idea occurred to me on Inauguration Day to maybe have a second line, which is a New Orleans tradition. It is born from slavery, but essentially it's events, occasions in New Orleans, weddings, funerals, birthday parties, staff retreats, whatever. You hire a brass band, they block off the streets for you, and you have a parade. And you just
oh,
march around and dance in the streets. And it is this joyous, beautiful experience.
oh.
And what if that's what we did? What if we second lined our way through the next 4 years?
Hell yeah. Oh my gosh. I'm so happy to know what a second line is because
Oh,
it
so
brings me joy
good.
even hearing about it. It sounds joyfully infectious. It sounds like it sounds
Yes.
so jubilant and incredible.
Oh yeah. I mean, as I was telling you, I got to participate in one in June in New Orleans. And yeah, I mean, when I tell you they block the streets, like you have to get a permit, you hire the band, you get a permit, you get a police escort. And once anyone around you hears that brass band, they join in.
Oh,
People are lining the sidewalks or joining us. I mean, we started with the staff and ended up with all these people dancing with us in the streets. I mean, yeah, I cannot tell you like how fun that is, and that like the fact that the roots of that, I mean, the roots of it are like about mutual aid during and after slavery. And, but slavery obviously is a really sad thing, but look at this joyous thing. And I really, as I mentioned a couple of weeks ago, I just keep thinking about my ancestors and my relatives who have been through fucking hell, and that I owe it to them to live the better life that they sacrificed for me to have.
yes. That is so beautiful, Karen. Like that is so, so beautiful. And to embrace the joy amidst everything. Like that's just, I mean, I want to be there for a second line. I want to like jump up and
So
down on
good.
the sidewalk and just like be behind the trombone player or the trumpet player. Like I'm just like, yeah, that's incredible. That is so incredible. It actually reminds me, I don't think I've told you, but I've decided to have an end of the year party here in Bend. And
Yes.
it's not a New Year's party. It's the weekend before New Year's. It's dress up in your fanciest clothes in your closet, like
Ooh, yes.
fancy. And I'm hiring a piano player to like to play. And so she's going to perform. But here's the thing. I was thinking about having her like kind of in the background, like classical music or like, who like just like kind of background music. Now I'm like, no, mm-mm. No, I think I
Mm.
might try to get a trumpet player also or something like that to like have a dance party because who doesn't want a dance party and like kind of clear some space? My house is not that big, honestly. I have no idea how we're going to do this, but you know what? Who needs a kitchen table? And so like we can just like but like I love the idea of like working with what you have. It's like
Yeah.
creating joy from like so much joy is created from listening to music. It's such a different frequency.
Yes. Oh my gosh. I thought you were going, so yes, dance party. And I mean, I will admit I've never gone to it. Every year I say I'm going to go to the sing along Sound of Music, and I've never gone. But I
Oh,
thought you were going to say a sing along. Like, are there a couple songs that you could get everybody to sing?
oh my gosh, Karen, this is happening. This is so happening. Oh my gosh. Okay, wait. This is actually, you're blowing my mind right now. I could 100%. I mean, okay, so it's a 4-hour party. I probably have to wait for the first like 2 hours to get some people who are
Yes.
a little bit more skittish to get, some alcohol on board, but
Yep.
also whatevs. I actually have a really close friend who is like a musical theater person who could lead us. Oh, this is so exciting. Oh my gosh. Okay, so yes and yes. Thank you for that suggestion. And oh, my internet is unstable. And so here we are. Can you hear me okay? Sorry,
I know. We're a little glitchy. I mean, oh, technology.
technology. Okay, but I love this so much. And yes to the sing along. Oh my God, I love that idea. Like, I'm going to do it. I'm going to do it and I'm going to report back.
Oh my gosh. Amazing. Okay. I mean, oof, I shouldn't admit this on the podcast, but I've never seen Wicked.
Neither have I. Oh, no, that's not true. I saw it. I saw it live, but I haven't seen the movie yet. I'm seeing it in a couple weeks.
Oh, yes. Yeah, I really want to see it, but everybody, obviously keeps talking about all of the songs from Wicked. But
Hmm.
the song, this is the cheesiest thing in the world, but the thing that popped into my head about a sing along is Don't Stop Believing. I
Yes.
love that song.
I love that
Yeah.
song too. I really do. I love this. Like, I wonder if my friends would be willing to do. You know what? Fuck it. I'll just do it. I'll do it. And like they'll have to join along. Like, like I think it'll just be fun. It'll be joyful. It'll be joyful. Don't Stop
I
Believing
mean,
will definitely make the list.
amazing. Even if you just did a couple songs, like I just feel like, yeah, I feel like you just have to enlist like your like wildest. You might have to fly in some gays, but just enlist your wildest friends to be
Yes.
like, listen, I'm gonna need you to get the crowd. I'm gonna need you to get the crowd pumped up. Like you're all singing. I don't care if you don't feel like you can sing. Little kids don't know that they can't sing. You look at little kids like in sing along time, they're not like, oh, I have to be quiet because I'm not as good a singer as whoever. They're fucking belting it out. They don't care.
Yes. Yes.
It's the most natural
Yes.
thing in the world.
It is the most natural thing in the world, and it releases so many endorphins, which then creates more joy.
Yeah.
Yes. Oh my gosh, I love this so much. Thank you
Yeah.
for that suggestion, Karen. I really I'm going to do it.
Oh my gosh.
I'll report
Yes.
back in
It,
January.
oh my gosh. I can't not wait to see how this goes. And it just reminds me, my friend JJ has a 2-year-old, Josephine Jojo, and her favorite song is Pink Pony Club
Oh, I don't
by
know that
Chapel
one.
Rowan. Oh my gosh. It's a story about a gay bar in
Oh,
LA.
well,
But JoJo
she's
doesn't know
two.
that. She's two. She's two. And when I saw her last, when they played the song, she was like, on your feet, everybody. We're gonna dance.
Oh,
She's two. So yeah, I need you all to channel baby JoJo, who doesn't know that Pink Pony Club's about a gay bar.
I love that
She don't care.
so much. does not care. That's amazing. On
She's
your
no idea.
feet. That's
Yes,
incredible.
exactly. Feed
Oh my
everybody. They
God.
must say that at daycare. It was so funny.
Oh, that's so sweet. That's so adorable. Oh my God, I
Yeah.
love that. I wish I was there to like hear her say that and then sing
Right.
along. I would have to like study the lyrics, but yes.
Oh yeah. No, we all know all the words now. Yeah.
That's amazing. I love that so much. That's so joyful. Oh, I love this,
Right.
Karen. Thanks for bringing up this topic. This is like a balm for my soul, honestly. Like, I think this is the medicine that I need to like embrace joy. And yes, all things exist at the same time, but like turning towards
Yeah.
joy is just so, it's so
Mm,
helpful to me.
yeah. Same. I'm glad it occurred to me out of like the stress of everything that's going on. I really was just like, being joyful is like some shit that people don't want. I shouldn't say they, sorry, Tanya, fear and depression and anger and all these emotions that are conjured right now. I just feel like, yeah, what is the balm for that? What is the antidote to it?
Mm-hmm. Totally. Totally. Oh, I love this so much. Thanks, Karen. Thank you for always being such a beacon of light. This is so helpful. We hope that this has helped all of you, and thanks for listening. We will see you all next week.